So for the people out there listening, we have Chance, the bouncer, from what was the bar's name?
Beachcomber Bar and Grill.
Beachcomber Bar and Grill in Seaside, New Jersey. You were working. What was this on? Was it Saturday night?
Yeah, it was Saturday.
So Saturday night, you're working. It's like a regular Saturday night. I'm sure there's a lot of craziness going on in Seaside. And take us through what you see. What happens?
Yeah. So I was the doorman that night. We usually flip flop spots at the bar, but that night I was on the door. And this wedding party comes through, and they're like 50, 60 people deep, and I already caught 2 fake IDs from the wedding. So by like by like 11:30, 12 o'clock, maybe a little bit later, that's when Dillon and 3 of his buddies come up to the bar, and I asked them for IDs. The 3 guys gave me their IDs, and Dillon told me, like, I don't have an ID. So I'm like, sorry, bro, you're not getting in, man. I need an ID. and then he says, like, oh, you don't know who I am and stuff. And
oh my God. I can't believe that's so sad. You don't know who I am. Oh my God.
And I was like, sorry, dude, I don't know who you are, man. I need an ID. And then he Googles himself and then shows me the Google page, and I'm like, that's not an ID, bro. I need like a driver's license, passport, something. I need something. Just to, so I know how old you are. And then after that he started getting a little like agitated or whatever that I didn't know who he was and stuff. And then I was just hanging out on my little stool, hanging out. And then one of the other bouncers gets in between us. We're like 5-6 feet apart. He's probably like 2 or 3 feet away from Dillon. And he's like, dude, you're not getting in, man. Just leave the property, bro. Like, you're not getting in. And we had a cop actually that was like hanging out by us, because we usually have like 1 or 2 cops just hanging out around the bar. And then the Dillon takes a step forward towards the other bouncer, Jake, and he's kind of like, Jake puts his hand on his chest. And he's like, dude, don't move up too close, man. Like, you don't need to do that. And then that's when he's like, don't touch me, hibbity blah blah. And then while they're having their whole conversation, I'm like, walking behind these guys. And then that's when Dillon tried to throw a punch. It wasn't a great punch. He tried throwing a punch, missed it. And that's when I grabbed him by his neck, pulled him down. And usually whenever I do that, I'm legitimately choking you out for like a second or two until you realize, the situation you're in. And then in the video, you see him tap and everything, and I was like, you all right, man? You good? And he gives me like a little thumbs up. So I just kind of let go and bear hug him a little bit till the cops got everybody else under control and could give me a hand.
And then when the cops got there, it looked like he was fighting the cops when they were taking him away.
I mean, yeah, he was like, I don't know, he was like wiggling around a little bit, trying to get himself out of the situation he was in. And then after they got the handcuffs, I just kind of walked away. In the video, I don't really think I watched him. In the video, it looked like he tried to like lunge forward and like his leg fell out from under him. The leg with the braids, I think, like kind of like slipped out from under him. And then the cops had to like drag him out, or like not carry him or drag him, but like push him out, get him into the back of the car.
Yeah, man, the guy's still got this leg problem, and he's going to bars and starting fights, no ID. It's like if you go to a bar with no ID. We were talking about this earlier. You go to the bar and you forget your ID. You're like that guy. Like the 3 guys with him were probably like, dude, we just want to have a good time. Those 3 guys, their night was like ruined because of this. They probably would have had a great night, picked up they probably had some chicks meeting them there, whatever. And it all got ruined because this guy had no idea and he had to be a tough guy. And if he probably would have been, I mean, yeah, it's sad.
I mean, nobody wants that guy nobody wants that guy in their group. The guy who forgets his ID, nobody wants to be that guy, especially. But I mean, you know, it was just, I was like, dude, I'm sorry, man. Nothing I could do. You figure out like another bar or something like that, they might recognize you. I don't know, man. But you know, I personally don't really like watch a ton of MMA. You know, like I'll watch main events or like other fights or something like that. But I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not like a massive fan of it.
Well, if you watch every single MMA fight there is ever in the world, you'd barely ever see Dillon Danis because he doesn't fight. He's fought 2 fights, and his record is 2-0 against guys that aren't really too great. But he supposedly is pretty good at jiu-jitsu. I don't really know. Unless you're like the best jiu-jitsu guy in the world, really, who cares, in my opinion? I don't know.
Well, you know, I see a lot of people like kind of jumping on him and everything like that. Like yo, he's apparently, you know, he's like one of the best in the world, and I see people giving him a lot of problems for it and everything. You know, I'm 6 foot, 275 pounds. If I drop you to the ground, like, and I'm holding you, it's gonna be hard to get out of it. And like people are saying, like, I crossed my legs, you know, I crossed my ankles. You could have fucking snapped my ankle or something. Like, yeah, you could have, but you know, I only did that when I thought he wasn't gonna do it. I mean, yeah.
Well, I think the hate that he's getting is not because of him being a jiu-jitsu guy and getting choked out. It's just that's the kind of person he is. He's definitely he's not famous because he's not famous, but he's like a troll. People just hate him. And that's the only reason he's out there. He's really done nothing in the MMA space. He's had like 2 fights. He's really like Connor's you know, he's a loudmouth Conor McGregor wannabe guy. So I got to be honest with you, man. I love the way you handled yourself like a professional, and you did a great job against this guy because this guy, man, he's you made a lot of people happy. I'll put it that way.
I've been very surprised with how many like views and comments and stuff. I started to, you know, like the first day or 2, I didn't really pay much mind, but after like I think it was yesterday or today, or even like today, I started doing it. I started just going into the comments and like commenting funny stuff on people's posts and seeing how long it took until I got caught. And and so far I've been doing pretty good. So far only like 4 or 5 people have messaged me.
That is awesome, man. Live it up, man. Live it up. You're freaking you're like the hero. You are the hero in the MMA space right now. People are like, thank God you did what you did and you made him tap. Like that's the best part about it is that he was tapping. He was tapping this guy. It's so good. It's so good.
Scott Coker. Scott Coker's
honestly,
gonna call him. Sorry, go ahead, Blake.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be done in like a week or something like that. I don't think anyone's gonna remember it.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think it definitely hurts. Like his thing was like he talked shit to everybody, you know. But now, how could you talk shit when you're like you're that guy that you know what I mean? Like he thought he was gonna Google himself and get into the bar.
I mean,
so
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's not a great look. Not a great look.
Definitely not a great look. Man, I'm glad you called in. Chance the Bouncer.
Can we is there any socials where we can find you? I'm sure people are gonna ask because we were looking for you all over the place.
Oh man, I changed my name on my Instagram so nobody would find me.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
No, here, let's see what happens. It's Chance, my name, _3141.
Hey.
Chance _3141. Give this guy a follow. He is a legend. I can't thank you on behalf of the mixed martial arts community enough for shutting this guy up and bringing him to the slammer, exactly where he belongs. Disorderly conduct. He was charged with disorderly conduct. He's been conducting himself disorderly since I became aware of this nuisance. And that's all he is. He goes around and he's just a problem starter. And he got exactly what he deserved. Your bar doesn't need anything like Dillon Danis walking into it, that's for sure. Chance, the bouncer, you're the man. I really appreciate you calling in on your break. Incredible stuff, my man. Incredible.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you on behalf of the world. Cheers, brother.
Oh, wow.
Cheers, guys. Have a good night.
You
You too.
man. I'm glad I took that call.